One, check, one. Yeah. Oh. Final check for sound. Make sure we're good for sound. Which is your streaming camera? By gals? Yeah.
SVG, are you ready for the NTRC's 2022 iCode784 competition grand finale? Who will come out victorious? Teams will meet the judges at the Methodist Church Hall, Kingstown, to compete for cash prizes of $25,000, laptops, and a trip to Barcelona, Spain in March 2023 to attend the 4YFN startup event. Come on out, support, and vote for your favorite team, or follow it live on the NTRC's YouTube and Facebook pages at NTRC SVG. It's the NTRC's 2022 iCode784 competition grand finale. Dream, code, innovate.
On Tuesday, June 1st, 2021, 3 fishermen set out to sea on what was ordinarily a regular fishing day. However, they did not return to land until 11 days later because they did not have any communication device on the vessel when it went adrift. If you are a fisherman, a boat owner, or seafarer, having in your possession a marine radio, preferably a VHF DSC radio, can save your life. Knowing how to use it correctly can be the difference between life and death for you and your crew. VHF DSC radios can communicate up to 35 miles from land, as well as directly with other vessels or ships in its vicinity. In comparison, cell phones can only communicate up to 20 miles from a cell tower, but cannot communicate directly with vessels or ships that might be in your vicinity. VHF DSC radios are GPS configured, which is critical in a disaster situation at sea. VHF DSC radios allow for both analog and digital communication. The analog option allows for voice communication on channels such as the emergency channel 16, while the digital option allows for instant sending of a digital signal by the press of an emergency button that includes the GPS coordinates and the name of the vessel in distress. The Coast Guard and other vessels in the vicinity can use this information to locate the distressed vessel in a timely manner. The distress signal will be sent every 3.5 to 4.5 minutes until it is received or acknowledged by the Coast Guard or another vessel. VHF DSC radios are the best for marine communication as they are waterproof, can float, and glow in the dark for easy location in the sea. VHF DSC handheld radios are available for sale at the NTRC at a subsidized cost of $400 EC.
Good morning, everybody, and especially those who are joining us on the Facebook and YouTube live right now. I would encourage persons who are logging on to this feed to take time and share it with your friends and family. We have gathered here some of the brightest minds St. Vincent and the Grenadines has to offer. That being said, welcome to the NTRC's 2022 iCode784 competition and grand finale. We will subsequently be having a prize ceremony after. I would at this time like to acknowledge persons here, special persons inside, establishing some protocol here. I would like to acknowledge the presence of Mr. Apollo Knights, the director of the NTRC. I would also like to acknowledge the presence of the ambassador of Taiwan, Mr. Peter Shali Lan. Good morning. I would also like to acknowledge the presence of our partners and sponsors in this initiative, judges of the NTRC iCode784 competition, the technical support team, Stormy Winds Productions and Alroy Harry, also KDLT auditors who are in the building, the students, participants, NTRC staff members, online viewers, and other well-wishers. At this time, I would like us all to rise as we have a prayer done by Alan Gooding, an intern at the NTRC.
Our Father, hello. Our Father, thank you for bringing us all here safely this morning. I pray that the program and presentations run smoothly and that the participants present to the best of their abilities. Protect us as we return home safely today. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
You may be seated. Now, without any further ado, I would like to welcome to the podium Ms. Ria Lewis, the Consumer and Public Relations Manager for the NTRC. Let's give her a round of applause, please. Come in. Oh. Boy, you know, see, this is why she's the public relations officer at the NTRC. How can we get things going without doing the national anthem, right? Let's all rise as we do a rendition of the national anthem for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. See, I was just testing to make sure, right there. You may be seated. And now for some welcoming remarks, we're going to invite to the podium Ms. Rhea Lewis, the Consumer and Public Relations Manager for the NTRC.
A little lower. Lower. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Please allow me to adopt the protocol that has already been established. The NTRC, alongside its partners, National Insurance Services, Internet Society St. Vincent and the Grenadines, The News, Right Stuff, Tusty Water, East Caribbean Group of Companies Limited, MAFCOM, Hot 97 FM, Boom FM, Flow, Digicel, Stormy Winds Production, 4Imprint, KDLT Chartered Accountants, SVG Broadcasting Corporation, Sports Locker Plus, Caribbean Telecommunication Union of Trinidad and Tobago, King Computer Corporation of the United States, Asbot News Network, and Radio Grenadines welcomes you to the NTRC's 2022 iCode784 Grand Finale and Prize Giving Ceremony. The NTRC launched the iCode competition on September 14, 2022 for the 10th year consecutively since its inception in 2013. Following the launch, 57 teams registered for the competition throughout the registration period. The preliminary round of the competition took place from October 18th to October 20th, 2022. And during this phase, 24 teams were chosen to move on to the finals. We are currently at the grand finale, or the last phase of the competition. The competition concludes at the end of the day today, and the winners in each of the 3 categories would be announced. 7 teams from the secondary idea category and 5 teams from the secondary mobile application category made it to the finals. The Union Island Secondary School, Petit Bodel Secondary School, St. Vincent Grammar School, Canawan Secondary School, and St. Martin Secondary School are the institutions from which these teams originated. 12 teams from the open category, all of whom are under the age of 35 years old, made it to the finals. These teams are Skyfall, Red Lions, DM, Astra, Coders, SVGS Tech Innovations, Lyric, Network Nebula, JN Innovations, and Actitech. Our website, www.ntrc.vc/vote, will allow members of the public to cast their vote for their favorite team. After all presentations have been given for each category, voting will remain open for 15 minutes. After that 15-minute period, voting will close. Also, please note that these votes would count towards the team's final scores, so participants remember to notify your friends and family. The top 3 positions from each category would receive prizes. The secondary idea category third place winner would receive $1,000. The second place winner would receive $1,500, and the first place winner would receive $2,500. For the secondary mobile application category, the third place winner would receive $2,000. The second place winner would receive $3,000, and the first place winner would receive $5,000, and each member and the mentor would receive a laptop compliments to NTRC. For the open category, the third place winner would receive $2,000, the second place winner would receive $3,000, and the first place winner would receive $5,000. And of course, the biggest prize of the competition is a trip to Barcelona, Spain for 2 persons to attend the 4YFN conference that is hosted by the GSMA in March 2023. Other prizes to be won are the school with the most entries. They would receive a cash prize of $1,000. The mentor for the winning team of the secondary idea category would receive $750, and the mentor for the winning team of the secondary mobile application category would receive $1,000. Mentors are not required for the open category, as such a prize would not be applicable for this category. Trophies would be presented to the first, second, and third place teams for each category. Whether or not your team finishes in the top 3 spots, you're still a winner for progressing this far in the competition, and the NTRC wishes all teams the best of luck in their presentations today and your future undertakings. Thank you.
Thank you, Ria. That was very informative. Moving on, we would like to now invite to this podium Mr. Apollo Knights, the director of the NTRC. Let's give him a welcoming round of applause.
Yes, good morning. And I just want to acknowledge the presence of His Excellency from the Republic of China and Taiwan. Thank you for supporting us over the period, as well as your country support for our country in a whole. Thank you. And a special welcome to the teams here this morning. Before I start, I just want to see a show of hands. How many of you are here for the first time from the teams? Right, you have some new ones. And how many are here more than once? Right, that's good. So I want to thank you for your support. And without you, we won't be able to have this competition each year, and now for the 10th year. Right, so this morning I want to touch on 4 areas, which are the benefits of the competition on a personal level. That is to the persons who are competing. The benefits of the competition on a national level. That's for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, how this helps our country develop. I want to also touch a little on the software industry, which is where apps fit into. And a little on the reason why we have this trip to Barcelona. Okay, so let's start. On a personal level, when we designed this competition, we have a lot of things built into it that you might notice at once, but it's very important to develop in just the app skills, but skills that will help you in life going forward. So, for example, teamwork, very important. That's why you don't have single teams. You have to have 2 persons or more on a team. Presentation skills, marketing skills, that's where the Facebook voting comes into. Discipline, dedication, initiative. If you guys didn't have initiative, you won't be here today to get that move to enter the competition. Also, the issue of competitive advantage. That's where you're able to bring something brand new to the market. And also, most importantly, to being successful as an entrepreneur in the future or an ICT employee working some way with those skills. So those are the areas that I think it helps you personally. In relation to, on a national level, I believe software can radically transform our country, applications, software development. It's the only area, I think, that we can compete with on an equal footing with larger countries. And to just get a little example of this, the GDP of St. Vincent and Grenadines in 2021 was $890 million US dollars, just less than $1 billion US dollars, right? So just keep that in mind. In 2006, which is 18 years ago, it was $645 million US dollars. That's the GDP, right? And I'm sure most of you will have heard of Twitter. Twitter did not exist at the beginning of 2006. Twitter was created in March 2006 by a four-member team, right? And launched in July that same year, a matter of months, right? Twitter was sold recently, as most of you will be aware, for $44 billion US dollars. See that big jump. So that shows you the power of software and what a team of 4 persons can do over a period of 16 years. So just imagine what a Vinci selling his app for $44 billion can do for our country. Right? I mean, you could do a lot of changes with that. And even before selling it, imagine the opportunities that can be provided for our country, employment, etc., for an operational app valued for $44 billion. And not even 44, even at $1 billion US dollars, we can do a lot for our country. Right? So on to the software industry. Some may say, with so much change occurring in our world these days, will software still be an area of importance in the years to come? Or will it be replaced with something new, something totally different? Another question you might ask, is it an area for you to be interested in and pursue as a business or career? So keeping those questions in mind, and looking at some stats again, the current global software and services industry has a market size of $474 billion US dollars annually. And most importantly, it's projected to grow by 11% per year until 2030, the next 8 years. So there's much room for a lot of app development over the next decade. So this growth, according to Grandview Research, is being driven by the growing volume of enterprise data and increased automation of business processes across industries such as retail, manufacturing, and healthcare. Moreover, the rapid deployment of enterprise software and services across IT infrastructure to improve decision-making, reduce inventory costs, and enhance profitability is also contributing to this growth. Right, so I'll touch now on the Barcelona trip. There's some person may be thinking going to Barcelona will be great to see Barca play live in this home stadium, but that's not the real reason. The real reason is to expose the winning team from the open category to see what the latest developments is in the tech industry and the opportunity to meet and network with very influential persons in the industry of software and IT, telecom in general. Right? I specifically at the 4 Years From Now conference. So it's a very important conference. A lot of the big guys are there each year. So it's an industry to be involved in, an industry that will bring a lot of change and innovation to our country and the world. And our wish at the NTRC is to see some of you being involved in this growth and change and help us develop our country, our region, and the world at large. One of the most important ingredient in getting from idea to function app ready to launch to the public is money. If you don't have money, you can't get to the market. This is something that normal funding agencies such as banks do not fund, unless you have some collateral to put up, your family will put up your house or your land to get a loan to do that, which they won't like to take that risk and lose their home. It's normally something done by special government programs, angel investors, and venture capital entities, all of which are currently not so accessible in our country, but which we are trying to change. We have had some initiatives on this in recent years, from the CASA project grants, prime grants, and we are trying to make more of this type of grant funding consistently available, and specifically for the ICT sector. To this end, our NTRC was involved in lobbying the Eastern Caribbean Telecommunications Authority during the drafting process of a new Telecom Act to include provisions for such. This drafting process took place over the last 10 years, and which culminated with the draft act being passed into law last month in our parliament. I want to use this opportunity to personally thank our minister, the Honorable Camila Gonsalves, who is responsible for telecommunications in St. Vincent and Grenadines, who led the passage of this act through our parliament, for ensuring this provision was kept in the final act, as there were some in the region who wasn't supportive of such new changes. The new act, once in effect, will allow the NTRC to use funds from our Universal Service Fund to offer venture funding to entrepreneurs developing apps, etc. Very important development. So hopefully from 2023 next year, we'll be able to give you funds to bring your app to the market. I just want to thank each of the teams present today for believing in themselves to be agents for change to make our lives, our country, our region, and the world more efficient, more productive with application of software. The NTRC have been trying and will continue to try to assist you in making your dreams in this area a reality. In closing, I want to share some words from Ralph Marston that I think fits nicely with what you have started over the last few months and which I think can help you take it to the next level. I quote, "Finish the work. Getting started excites, inspires, motivates, and pushes you forward. Doing all the work required to actually finish is not nearly so compelling, but just as necessary. You've come a long way and made some progress. Now go the rest of the way and make all the progress count for something. Finish the work and make good on the promise that had you so excited to get started. Finish the work so all your efforts don't go to waste. It's easy to continually become enticed by new possibilities. Yet if you cannot persist, if you don't finish the work you've already begun, none of the possibilities will have any value. Make the possibilities mean something by bringing them all the way into reality. Enable yourself to have the confidence that you'll finish what you start. You've done some good work, created enthusiasm, harness and focus your energy. Now keep it up. Extend your efforts. Carry that energy all the way through. Finish the work and reach the goal," unquote. And for those looking for some supernatural help on this journey, I will recommend reading and understanding the piece of scripture found in Romans chapter 2, verse 2. Thank you, and may the good Lord bless us all.
NTRC's 2022 iCode784 competition grand finale. Who will come out victorious? Teams will meet the judges at the Methodist Church Hall, Kingstown, to compete for cash prizes of $25,000, laptops, and a trip to Barcelona, Spain in March 2023 to attend the 4YFN startup event. Come on out, support, and vote for your favorite team, or follow it live on the NTRC's YouTube and Facebook pages at NTRC SVG. It's the NTRC's 2022 iCode784 competition grand finale. Dream, code, innovate.
And we are back. And for all the people who are with us right now live, you're going to need to share it now, because we're going to be getting into what you have came here for. Your kids, your family members, your associates, your peers are going to be live on this podium presenting their ideas, and we'll see by the end of this year today who is going to walk away with one of these gorgeous trophies to my left, right? Well, you're right. Before we get into that, I'm going to introduce you today our secondary school idea judges. It's valuable information that you need to know, because at the end of the day, you need to understand who are these individuals, what their backgrounds are, and actually understand what their perspectives will be as we go into this competition and they review the ideas that will be presented here today. The first judge I would like to introduce to you today is Mr. Cameron Kevin Cadogan. If you could just raise a hand or put a hand up. Cameron Kevin Cadogan. Oh, he's virtually out there. Well, you can raise a virtual hand, right? I'm going to tell you a little bit about Cameron. From a very young age, Cameron explored interests in energy and automation by combining the parts of remote control cars with Lego blocks to create boats, planes, wind turbines, and other contraptions. How many of y'all can relate to that? I surely can. During his teenage years, he participated in science and technology competitions and forums which allowed him to further develop critical and innovative thinking skills. Cameron's interest in the discipline of computer science was aroused after experiencing great satisfaction from the automating of attendance and payroll management processes while working as an office administrator at his father's industrial maintenance company. After gaining a scholarship to pursue a bachelor's degree in informatics engineering, he led several teams during his academic journey to develop and implement technology projects for community entities and public institutions in the Republic of Venezuela. Cameron has worked in a variety of areas, including industrial maintenance, aviation, education, radio, and media production, and is currently the ICT administrator of the St. Vincent Building and Loans Association. He is actively involved in youth development initiatives and runs the Doati Technologies, where he assists businesses and other entities to develop and implement technology solutions. Let's all give a round of applause for our secondary idea judge, Mr. Cameron Kevin Cadogan, who is with us virtually. The second judge I would like you to introduce to is Roberto Holder. All right, so you're not here virtually, you're here into the flesh. Just give a little hand raised up, let everybody see you, so they know who you are. All right, there we go. I'm going to tell you about Roberto. With a love of writing code and designing interfaces, software developer Roberto Holder has dedicated the last 11 years to the development and enhancement of small to medium-sized businesses and startups. Roberto Holder is the technical administrator for the National Marketing Information System, NAMIS, if you're familiar with that, at the Ministry of Agriculture. He is the principal software engineer and client manager at Duin, I hope I pronounced that properly, right? Yeah, that's good, no? All right. IT consulting. His expertise relates to multi-site networks, e-commerce stores, and progressive web apps. He also provides portrait and product photography services to individuals and businesses to boost their online presence. In his free time, he focuses his studies on human-computer interface and the psychology of human-computer interaction. Jeez, means to be making cyborgs next. Yeah. Let's give a round of applause for Mr. Roberto Holder. Very interesting, for real. Our next secondary school idea judge is Mr. Jamar Goodluck. Put his hands up. Y'all should be familiar with this gentleman as well. Jamar Goodluck has been in the IT hemisphere since 2016, when he graduated from UWI Cave Hill. A double major in information technology and management, he furthered his expertise by completing an MBA in technology management in Taiwan, where he has seen many mobile applications developed by students, especially during the pandemic, as well as attended mobile app seminars. In 2019, he served as an information technology advisor for the Commonwealth Youth on the Resource Mobilization Committee. He is currently applying his trade at the Treasury as a system administrator, where he maintains the country's financial management information system. We should not make any jokes with you, sir, else we do not get paid, correct? Let's give a round of applause to Mr. Goodluck, doing a wonderful job, and is here today to judge in this competition. You know, they say they save the best for last, right? Indeed, right? Our next judge is Shari Bramble. Miss Shari Bramble. Put a hand up. Oh, can do better than that. There we go. There she is, sitting at the panel up front. Ms. Shari Bramble is a customer service professional in the finance industry who has a penchant for volunteerism. Ms. Bramble has dedicated over 13 years of her life to acts of service in favor of the Vincentian public, beginning as a teen with the Girl Guiding Association here in SVG, and this amazing association, I must add. Shari is the current president of the Rotaract Club of Kingstown, having served as community service director and professional development director in the past. With the world constantly developing and adapting, Ms. Bramble saw a need for the advancement of the Vincentian public, and especially the youth in the tech space. With her love for youth development and passion for the advancement of young girls, she pioneered in the first all-girls coding summer program here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The inaugural project, Girl Code, was held in August 2022 and is considered to be the brainchild of this judge. Big round of applause to Ms. Shari Bramble. Those are our judges, eh? People on the live, well, they sound good. They sound very extremely competent. So I hope the people presenting their ideas are ready for these minds. 1 virtual judge and 3 judges here in person. It should be interesting. Moving on, we are now going to get to the secondary innovative idea category presentations, which is essentially 7 teams. We will see 7 teams on this podium from various schools, to say the least. St. Vincent Grammar School, Union Island Secondary School, the St. Martin Secondary School. These will be the 3 schools with 7 groups presenting here now. We are going to start off with our first group, which is the St. Vincent Grammar School, and this group is called TAZE, right? Let's give them a round of applause as they come to the stage.
Good morning, everyone. Boy, you have a lot of notes to study for exams.
Really?
Yeah, anyone know I can access some summaries?
Maybe you could use Notemaster.
Notemaster. See, but I want to talk to some advisors and access some quizzes. What about that?
Maybe you could use Discord then.
Discord. I don't like Discord's UI. I think there should be an application that have all of these features in one. What do you guys think?
I agree.
So I, Brad Alexander,
Joseph Warren.
Michael Glasgow.
Taze came up with a brilliant idea for an application called Case Learning that does just that.
During our research, we have observed that many students do not have access to effective practice material. They are overwhelmed with the information being provided at the school. They do not have they lack the discipline to study and do not have someone to support them along the way. To solve this problem, our idea provides a platform for Caribbean students doing CSEC and CAPE examinations. We aim to give students access to resources to help enhance and streamline their learning experience. What sets us apart? Our application is Caribbean focused. We provide a cohesive environment, we have accurate and reliable information, and lastly, we use self-directed learning. No other application hosts all these features in one place.
In order for us to have an effective environment, we must implement specific technologies, such as augmented reality. This technology will use computer-generated images and immerses users into an interactive environment. This is done to give users visuals on topics taught while enhancing their learning experience. Augmented reality will be commonly used in the sciences, mathematics, geographies, as shown here. AR used in mathematics and chemistry. Next, cloud computing. This technology will use the cloud to store information, such as our concise notes, video recordings, etc., to educate our users. This avoids installing large files on users' devices and allows for the storage of information in one place. Online payments. This technology partners with banks in order for payments of advanced features within our application. Virtual assistants. This technology allows our users to query with teachers as well as advisors. This will allow users to select a category from which they would like to query, such as topics, applications, memberships, etc. However, a feature that we would like to prioritize is tutors and tutor ratings. To offer students the best experience, users will be given the opportunity to be matched with a tutor. If the match proves to be one that is incompatible, then students can be rematched with a tutor that best fits their needs. The other features that we would like to implement are virtual sessions, reminders, concise notes, recorded sessions, quizzes, and, of course, tutors.
Our user interface and design uses a simple design, and we strive to offer a user-friendly environment. We also aim to empower users to utilize this tool to improve their learning. As you can see on the presentation right here, here is a prototype of our design of our application. It shows the material menu as well as the augmented reality and concise notes. On this next slide, here is an outline of the main menu and the features present. These include subject material, virtual sessions, home, tutoring, quizzes, chat box, menu, and reminders. The materials and personnel needed to carry out this idea include teachers and advisors, computers, questions based on CSEC and CAPE syllabus, ICT personnel, and lastly, word processing and programming softwares.
In order to make this a viable endeavor, we incorporate workshops. This brings students from around the region for updates, announcements, and programs which they can be involved in. Social media. This will make potential users aware of our platform. This will also allow our users to share our platform to others. Schools will encourage their students to join and participate. In order to sustain and maintain our idea, we chose these reliable means of monetization. Membership tiers. There are 4 tiers of membership accounts, and your affiliate program where we will partner with other educational organizations. Here were the membership tiers that were mentioned. Tier 1, it is free. As of present, there are summarized notes, no virtual classes, CAPE and CSEC-based questions for quizzes. Tier 2, $4.99, removal of ads, recorded review and summary of topics, access to CSEC and CAPE samples. Tier 3, $14.99, benefits of Tier 2, live sessions, access to topic predictions based on CSEC and CAPE, and lastly, Tier 4, benefits of Tier 3, access to personalized advisors, one-on-one sessions, and augmented reality, all quoted in the US currency.
Now that you've heard our brilliant idea, what are your thoughts and questions?
I'm now going to give the judges time to deliberate and ask their questions to the group Taze.
I have one question for the group. How would the tutors, teachers, and persons be gathered? Like, how would you get these persons onto your platform? Because you've mentioned how you'd get the students, but I'm not seeing how you'd bring the teachers to your application.
Can you repeat again, please?
How would you get your tutors, teachers, and so on to use your application? Like, how are you planning to integrate them? Are they being paid? Are they volunteers? How would you get them to use your system to teach?
In order to get the teachers and tutors for our application, as we stated, we will be affiliated with educational institutions. So that's the way in which we will get our teachers. But the way in which we will pay them is we will take a portion of our income and do something similar to CXC, in which we will pay them on the number of students in which to tutor. Because in the lower tiers, teachers will be teaching general persons, but in the upper tiers, they'll be teaching one-on-one. So for those tutors, they will be paid more. However, we would like to incorporate teachers who are new to give them experience, but those teachers will be volunteers.
Yeah, hi, good morning again. One question. In regards to the pricing, the tiers, the 4 tiers, right? How you guys come about with that whole pricing strategy? You have a pricing strategy or anything like that? Because I saw 4 tiers. I saw one free, one for tier 4 was what, $24.99, right? Yeah, US. Mm-hmm.
Okay. For the pricing strategies, we want to make it affordable to our users. However, as you go up in the price, as you go up in the tiers, where there are more advanced features offered, of course, the price would be higher. However, the reason that we chose USD, we wanted one main currency in which everyone has access to.
Okay, good morning, guys. Still on the matter of money. The money that you're earning, I heard that you're planning to pay the tutors. With the funding, was there any thoughts as to how the maintenance of your site would be managed? Is the money going to be towards that? How would you see the profit or monies raised by your site delegated?
Okay. To answer your question in terms of, wait, what was your question again? My apology. My apology.
Okay, so I'm just asking about the funding received from the persons who signed up for your site. Was there any thought as to how the money would be used in this app development?
Yes, we'd like to take a portion of the money in terms of maintenance and development because we would like to maintain the app monthly so that we have accurate and reliable information. We do not want our teachers to have different information. We want a standardized course being offered, and in terms of development, we'll also use some of our funding for development. But because we are entrepreneurs, we'll want some of the funds for ourselves, the profits for ourselves.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so for profit.
The next group we're going to bring up on stage is the Union Island Secondary School. And their team is called the UISS Wildlife Coders. Give them a round of applause as they come to the stage.
With protocol already established, a pleasant good morning. My name is Daniela Laborde and my team members are
Jose Wilson, Malik Aksha,
and we are the UISS Wildlife Coders. We are here to present you with our app idea that focuses on the Tobago Keys Marine Park. The Tobago Keys is comprised of 6 islands, which 5 are uninhabited, which are found 70.6 kilometers south of mainland St. Vincent and just off the coast of Union Island. It is mainly known for its crystal clear waters and extensive coral reef. It has been able to attract over 80% of the annual tourists that come to SVG and make an annual of $500,000 to $800,000 EC dollars yearly.
but the problems that the Tobago Keys are currently facing are unauthorized entrance, causing robbery, fishing, and burglary. The solution for these problems will be 24/7 monitoring, traffic management, and alerting protection. Our app aims to alert authority of authorized and unauthorized entrance into the keys.
Now, let me introduce to you our app idea, Aid Biota. Aid Biota is an environmental protecting app that is designed for alerting rangers or authorities for better protection to the Tobago Keys from unauthorized vessels. It provides real-time information that will alert authorities of any current activities in the Keys at any time. Aid Biota will work through the use of polling sensors and fob keys. This is how our apps work. We have the Tobago keys. We are going to place sensor poles around the Tobago keys that will cause a digital fence that will monitor the unauthorized and unauthorized access with the use of an access key, such as fob key. The access key will then send a message to the application that will alert the rangers about unauthorized and unauthorized access. Now, this is a brief photo of what the photo is supposed to look like and when we place the sensor pole around the keys. Now, rangers will first have to download the app on their device off Play Store. Persons of vessels wanting to enter the keys must contact the main office before entry to provide all the necessary information needed to gain access into the key. All necessary information will then be logged into the system and saved to the app, where person will now have access to a fob key, which will now grant the authorities access into the keys. From the app, rangers will be able to see all authorized and unauthorized access into the keys. This app will then record and save all entry into the keys.
Target market. Our app will target business to work keys rangers. Expected benefits to target market: to provide jobs, make rangers' job a bit easier, additional surveillance to the keys, help business to make better business decisions.
The pros of this app will be traffic management. Through this app, the rangers would know how many vessels are within the park at a moment's notice. Protection. This would allow rangers to know of unauthorized access to the park and allow them to respond accordingly. Business decisions. Giving daily to monthly updates allow businesses to make better business decisions.
Cons. Some of the cons of our app are maintenance. This can be done due to the work done being underwater. Damage to equipment caused by natural elements. Cost constraints. This would require a large investment to carry out.
This is a brief breakdown of the budget. Installing and buying of polling sensors, which are $160,000, programmable fob keys, which is $1,500, and the application, which is $13,000. The budget for this system is roughly $1,175,000 US. An interview was conducted with one of the rangers currently employed at the Tobago Keys Marine Park. Mr. Benjamin Wilson has been a ranger at the Tobago Keys Marine Park for 15 years. He gave us a brief overview of what a typical day is like in the life of a ranger. He said that they solve conflict, they set up manual labor, they monitor operators, they make sure that no waste are in the water, and make sure that no boats dump their feces into the water.
He also mentioned two funding agencies that should be able to help us with the funding of our app, which are JEFS and SVG Conservation Fund. Help us, the UISS Wildlife Coders, turn our imagination into an innovation, and remember, even the smallest actions are steps in the right direction. Let's work together to protect and preserve our Tobago Keys. I thank you.
Okay, we are now at this time going to invite our judges to ask questions, and we will ask our online judge to do that first. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Um, uh, Great presentation and idea, very creative. I was looking at your cost breakdown for development and implementation of this entire solution. I recognize that there is a significant, well, the bulk of your costs is for your polling sensors, which based on your explanation is to assist you with the determining the location of vessels in the marine park. What I would want to know, though, considering the existence of other means, such as GPS trackers and so on, which are simpler devices, what was your analysis, or what led you in the direction of choosing to use polling sensors, especially also considering the fact that you identified that there would be a significantly higher maintenance cost as well, for these devices. So I want to know, what led you to make that decision?
To answer your question, we use polling sensor instead of a GPS because polling sensors, they monitor motion. And the GPS, they're above water and they just use coordinates. So we need to monitor the motion of the boats coming in and out and to make sure that they have the right fob keys to come in.
All right, thank you.
May I go?
All right. Two questions. One, seeing that you chose the Tobago keys for these polling sensors. Now, a lot of those areas in the water there should be protected waters because of coral and other things. How environmentally friendly are the sensors? That's question one.
You can repeat the question for me.
How environmentally friendly are your sensors, seeing that the area is supposed to be protected waters because of coral and other wildlife, marine wildlife?
Well, first thing first, the polling sensors will not be damaging the reefs because they are not placed directly on the reef. They are something that can float above water, so therefore it won't be able to damage the reef or any wildlife animals.
Okay. And the next question now is, since the target audience really is the rangers, why are you placing it up in the Play Store? Seeing that, how do you manage access? Like, if I'm not a ranger and I download the app, what happens then?
You have to have a certain login information.
Right. So then what's the reason why you chose to put it in the Play Store then, since it's a limited market, a limited amount of users?
Okay, even though the app is on Play Store and it's out there for everyone, if other people decide to download the app, it doesn't matter if you download it or not. You still have to have that specific login information to get into the app.
Well, my question was actually not that question. Are we out of time? Oh, okay. So my question is not similar, but I feel as though you kind of answered it. But I'll just to be clear, in terms of usage of the app, what is the user experience? I had assumed, based on your presentation, that someone who owns a boat and is coming to the Tobago Keys, I can register my boat from your app, within the app, and alert the ranger of my arrival. But no, it sounds as though that's not the case. So could you walk me through? So I don't have interaction with the app, it's simply the ranger?
Yes, please.
Oh, okay, that's what I wanted to know. Thank you.
No questions.
All right, let's give them a round of applause. Back to the podium is the St. Vincent Grammar School. And this time the group from the grammar school is iWire. Let's give them a round of applause as they come to the stage.
Good morning, everyone. With protocol being established, we are iWire. This is me, O'Neill Spratt, Chad Keyser, Luca Roberts, and LeBron Matthews. For anyone who doesn't know, here's a quick recap of our app, Recover Mental. Recover Mental aims to solve the problem of poor mental health resources in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We got help from licensed therapists in order to gain insight about how our app will run and the best features we need. With proper funding and excellent staff, we will be able to make the best as possible. Now, on to LeBron Matthews to tell you about the importance of Recover Mental.
And from my point of view, it's something that is needed, right? I don't know. One, I know at mental health we have the psychosocial team, and usually if you do call on them, they will be available to assist you. However, there is not a hotline where you call and they will answer. If you don't know their number, or if you don't know how to contact them, you'll have to wait until morning, you understand? Until maybe like after 8 or so, when they go into mental health. At that time, I'm sure, because most of the time when you see people going through distress, it's like nighttime, in the middle of the night or something like that for some reason. So to have an app like this, I really think it's needed, especially in a time where you see persons lose their job due to COVID. You find the economic, like how it is right now in the economy, where persons need at least 2 jobs to sustain themselves. It's just a lot going on right now. We see a lot of young people returning to jobs due to unemployment. It's really hard for them to get a job. We see parents, there's more single parenting that is going on right now, and it's really hard for persons to cope. So I think if having a therapist and relationship issues, right, whether it be intimate or whatever the case is. So I really think it is needed in this time, more than ever.
That was Dr. Kaisho, one of the therapists we interviewed for Recover Mental. During our interviews with other mental health professionals, it was brought to our attention that there is stigma in St. Vincent. This means that people with mental health issues are actually afraid of seeking help. An app might be helpful in this regard, as the user must first admit to themselves that they need help. Another suggestion is that we should have more public education with regard to mental health to make our target audience know that they are our target audience. Due to the before-mentioned stigma, features that were recommended for use includes one that do not require a specialist, such as sleep, exercise, and mood trackers, which may be useful information. Some negative sources of mental health in SVG are unemployment, low self-esteem, addiction, and personal issues. Concerning the problem of unemployment, we intend to host group sessions for people with the same or similar issues. For persons with low self-esteem, daily inspirational quotes, group sessions, or seeing a professional are features that we highly recommend. In response to social media addiction, our calendar, which helps find things away from social media to do, and our journal, which helps to keep thoughts private, are needed. In regards to substance abuse, it is recommended to immediately contact a professional or use a hotline. For personal issues, a support group or a therapist are the most suited of our features. We will now have Luca Roberts with the features and finance.
I will be introducing the features for our app, Recover Mental. We talked to multiple professionals over the course of 3 weeks, and they all praised the idea and indicated a number of different ways that Recover Mental can assist them in their various jobs. As a result, we have a wide array of features to present, such as registering as a patient or mental health consultant, journaling for writing down patient feelings and therapist notes, daily inspirational quotes, calendars for scheduling appointments, therapist payment via PaySwift, support hotlines, different types of sessions and stress-relieving music or items to play around with while in a session. On the economic side of our app, we will generate revenue through targeted advertisements so that our customers do not receive irrelevant or insensitive information. Subscriptions for specialized features, donations from users who enjoy the benefits of Recover Mental, and potential investors, which we hope will include the Ministry of Health. Also, therapist subscriptions will be required for registered therapists to continue to use the app. There will be a charge of $5 to use the app. Our initial budget of $214,949 was accumulated through the hiring of a database management team, a researcher and data analyst, a system analyst, a project manager, maintenance, research and development, marketing, testing, and system development. Here is the allocation of our funds in a chart. Now to Chad Keyser for the technical aspects.
As my colleague just stated, I'll be talking about the technical aspects of our application. We intend to enable Recover Mental to work with smart devices such as alarm clocks linked to your schedule, lights to help you stay calm and relaxed, and assistants such as Alexa that can set the ambience in your environment. For Recover Mental, we intend to use MySQL as our database. As a relational database, it has predefined organizational properties and allows us to present our data in a structured or tabular schema, making it easier to analyze and sort. Since MySQL is a widely used SQL database and is simple to handle and maintain, particularly for analysis, we feel that it is secure enough for Recover Mental. As a side note, we will advise users to exercise extra caution when maintaining the security of their devices because, as with all apps that might contain sensitive data, anyone who has access to the device may be able to access the data. By implementing safeguards like passwords and two-factor authentication, we hope to prevent this. Here is a look at our data flow for Recovermental. Please note that we include the flow of payments, different ways a professional can be conducted, and the general tracking of information. I'd like to thank you for your time, and we'll now have your questions.
All right, good morning, guys. Just one question from me. So I see that you would have interviewed therapists and so on, but I'm not seeing where you would have done any research on the legal implications. Was a lawyer interviewed at any point during your research?
We have not interviewed a lawyer for any of our research.
So would one, because I also see that you had a budget there and everything for, and who your team, who you would recruit, but you also don't have anybody in legal as well in that area. Would one be considered?
Yes, sir, and I'd like to thank you for bringing that idea towards us, sir.
Good morning.
Morning.
With regards to the app, outside of it being available for the Vincentian public, which is new to us, could you tell me one feature of your app that would make you different from resources, mental health resources such as BetterHelp?
So our app has a lot more features condensed into one. And since our app is more focused on St. Vincent and the Grenadines instead of like internationally, we feel it'd be better to have those therapists there because they're from St. Vincent as well and they understand issues that other Vincentians go through.
And also, whereas other countries have other mental health apps, the Caribbean doesn't really have a mental health app for down here. So we wanted to make a more Caribbean-based mental health app with all the features packed in from other countries too.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's give them a round of applause. All right, we're moving along swiftly here today. Next up on stage is St. Martin Secondary School, and the group is called Sentinels.
Bro, look at my short. Dog always running me down when I go in for check meters, you know.
I fed up with this under the office. I do something about this.
Okay, well. Okay, workers, we hear you. Luckily, we have invented an app that will solve these problems way more easily as well as way more efficiently. I introduce to you Vinsos. Our group members include me, Basha Abuid, Shomai Charles, and the two annoying workers, Uriah Little and Obadiah Mayers. You may be wondering, what are the problems? Starting off with guard animals. According to our sources, dog attacks occur quite frequently at Vinlek when workers go to take meter measurements. They can occur to about 3 to 5 times per year. Luckily, using our app, this problem would be solved way more easily as well as way more efficiently. I'm sure if you were a manager at Vinlek, you won't want your workers looking all scraped up from dog bites and all that. Start heading on to number 2. Unwanted visitors. Homeowners may feel unsafe by letting random people into their property. They may also feel insecure about people coming into their premises without their permission. Last but not least, line congestion. It would also solve the line congestion problem at Vinlek. Instead of paying face-to-face, you would do so online using your already existing online banking. This table right here shows a cost analysis of how Vinlek use their resources, how Vinlek uses money to apply their resources in order to take meter measurements. Starting off with the gas prices. Gas prices can reach to about $1,600 monthly and to about a whopping $27,000 per car. Datamatic support. This refers to the devices at Vinlek that are used to take meter measurements. They can reach about $27,000 per month and over $40,000 yearly. All of these can range to about over a whopping $200,000 at Vinlek per year.
Well, homeowners now have a new option, Vinsos. As you can see here, Vinsos is an easy meter scanning app where you just add inside the necessary information such as your name, bill number, meter number, and your password. Then after, it will take you to a scanning page where you would scan your meter, and then Vinlek would then after the app will send the necessary information to Vinlek, and Vinlek would send back the recorded information with the amount you have to pay to you. Whereas you can see here, you can use your already existing online banking to pay one time, such as Bank of SCG and PaySwift. There is also an additional option, which is your bill history, where you can go back and check previous bill readings if you come into any problems with Vinlek. And I'll pass over to Obadiah Mias.
Our app Vinsos is non-profit, lightweight, and versatile. Vinsos will mainly be used to send information to Vinlek servers and return information back to their customers. Vinlek's engineering team would manage the data from their servers, securing that data according to the network protocol and making sure information is confidential as possible. However, Vinlek engineering team will take care of Vinsos and will be updated on a contractual basis or terms. Eventually, we would like Vinsos to be fully functional and Vinlek team take full responsibility for its maintenance. I'm now handing over the mic to Shomai Charles.
Vinlek, we know that you are bringing the automatic meter reading system, which is basically a Bluetooth device to Bluetooth meters. This does not reduce the cost, it actually increases it. We think our solution is efficient and more easier. As you see, Vinsos is a versatile application which will save you over $200,000 annually. If you're watching, you can contact us at 454-2895. Thank you, everyone. We now open the floor to questions.
We are now going to invite our judges to question this group.
Good morning. Sure. Good morning. How would your system tackle persons who might opt to falsify information? The homeowner scans.
So as shown above, you would have your own bill number as well as your meter number. Each meter has its own meter number, which means that you cannot steal another person's meter readings. When you register your app with VinLec, you would have your own number. So if you scan another person's meter, it won't be valid to your account, since you will have your own information along with your password.
It would be a photo?
No, you would scan the meter as shown above.
Okay.
I just have one question for the team.
You could Photoshop a photo. You could Photoshop a photo. That's what I'm thinking. I feel as though the correct
I have one question.
Go ahead. We're hearing you.
Okay, sorry. All right. What motivation would a homeowner have to scan? Because with my already very busy schedule, you're giving me a bit more work to do every month. So tell me, what motivation would I have? What benefit is there in it, for me as a homeowner to basically take on this additional task? Okay, thank you.
I'd like to remind everybody that in the secondary school category, the idea prizes will be $2,500 for first place, $1,500 for second place, and third place will be $1,000. Quite a generous offering. Quite a generous offering for those who place in this category and do well, right? Just waiting for a signal from the judges that we can proceed. Can proceed? Great. So without no further ado, give them a round of applause. The Union Island Secondary School, GOP.
Good morning, everyone. With protocol already being established. Hi, my name is Darissa James.
And I'm Akeelia Aston.
And we are the UISS Guards of Precaution. 33% of women and girls experience physical and sexual violence at some point in their lifetime. The acts of violence against women and girls continue to increase rapidly in SVG. The state of SVG does not provide adequate protection to women. The local statistics show that. This is not an error. Statistics on violence against women and girls in SVG is extremely hard to find, from the police or from various ministries. But let us revisit the violent crimes that rocked the country in the past year alone.
Body found in car after attacker tells woman he killed family worker, 1st of May. Female body found disposed of in crocus bag, 13th of May. No identity, no claim of female body found. In bag, police seek help. And 3 days later, body in bag identified as teenager Precious Williams, a 17-year-old girl just a few years older than I am. Woman found dead with PVC pipe inserted in her body, August 26. And right in Union Island, businesswoman stabbed to death, 13th of October, 2022. Do you feel safe? Ladies and gentlemen, the problems are the continued and increases incidences of violence against women and girls in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and the lack of preventative measures taken to ensure their safety. Also, less than 1% of alleged perpetrators of acts of violent crimes against women have been convicted.
What about other faceless women? How do we prevent them from facing similar fates? How many marches and how many candlelight vigils will there be before something is done about the safety of our women and girls in SVG? Are the strong messages by political leaders condemning these acts in SVG having any effect? We may be young and vulnerable, but we are also scared and worried. But we are ready to present a solution to this problem.
Our solution, She Alert, securing help for women and girls in emergencies. Now, what is She Alert? She Alert is an emergency app that features an alert system which calls for help in situations where women and girls feel that they are in danger.
We are seeking to target girls, women, and the Ministry of National Security.
How does She Alert work? First, download the app from the Play Store. Register using your name, address, email, telephone number, and at least 2 emergency contacts. Pay for the She Alert button. This is a good time for this, as the government is now including e-commerce when paying for government services. The She Alert button will be shipped to the address given or can be picked up from the nearest police station. Pair the button with the app following Bluetooth 3.0 device. It will pair like a normal headphone or even a speaker. By pressing the button once, this sends out a yellow alert. This prompts the app to use your phone microphone to create a 15-second audio that will be compressed and sent to your emergency contacts. By pressing the button twice, this sends out a red alert. Okay. Then the app records the next 15 seconds. It adds your GPS location to the compressed zip file and emails it to your emergency contacts and the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force. To cancel an alert, hold down the button for a minimum of 5 seconds.
Here are some important details to note. This app requires internet access to send out the information. The ministry can strike a deal with Lime and Digicel to use their platform for the app free of app holders, similar to Microsoft Teams app in the pandemic. The button can be customized to a less conspicuous device on a keychain or on a locket. The button must be between 5 to 8 feet of the app device to work. The budget breakdown in US dollars. Google APK developed $3,000 US, program button $1,000 US, and miscellaneous $350 US. The total budget of this app is $4,350 US.
Sustainability. The initial setup of the app will ideally be through grant funding. One possible funding agency is Global Fund for Women, which provides gender-sensitive crisis and innovation grants. The purchase of the alert button at a 10% markup will offset any maintenance costs. The app will be non-profit. Every woman deserves to feel safe. This action should be taken by the Ministry of National Security as part of their action plan against violence against women and girls in SVG. Some possible cons of the app are: the app creation may be difficult due to limited funding and capital from the government. There's a risk of persons fooling around or even pushing the button by accident. Help may not arrive on time to prevent harm.
Pros of the app. This app is very easy to use and so can be used by all women and girls, including the vulnerable, visual, and hearing impaired. Women should feel safer knowing that they can access help through this app. The audio may provide evidence to catch the perpetrator of a potentially violent act. This app can also prevent a violent act from occurring once help arrives quickly. After much use, the app can use big data to highlight hotspots, danger zones, and send warning to users when entering those zones.
There are too many cases of neglect and abuse of women and girls in SVG. Let's stop paying lip service to the issue of violence against women and girls. Let's take action. Protect women and girls in SVG. Develop our She Alert app. Thank you. We welcome any questions.
Another wonderful presentation. At this time, we're going to invite our judges to question the group.
Okay, so the app records the next 15 seconds. Does it take any account into my geographical location? How do the persons know where to get me to get help?
Can you repeat the question, please?
It records the next 15 seconds. So let's say I'm in an altercation. How can the persons then help me? Would my location also be sent to them?
Yes, please. Your location
and how
will be sent.
would it be sent? Is there a cloud space?
It will actually be sent in a compressed zip file to the police stations nearby. It can actually send the information to police stations nearby your location, but help will not always arrive on time to prevent any harm.
Okay. And just because, the voice notes, would they be stored somewhere in the event of a legal battle? I imagine the voice notes might be of use.
Yes, they will be stored by the police station.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, ladies, so I have one question. Because you indicated that you could discontinue the alert, say it was falsely pressed. But, so two scenarios. One, you falsely pressed it, or two, your captor or whoever has realized that you have the application or the the key fob and they hold the button down. Walk me through what happens next. Is there a follow-up from, is somebody still alerted? How does it work then, if an alert is cancelled?
I think you can probably follow up with a call.
Who does the follow-up?
I think that somebody at somebody from the system will actually do the follow-up call.
Okay. And what if the person is in distress or duress as it is? And they are told, how would you know? If the capture is still there and he says, tell them you're okay.
That's a good point, but we haven't thought about that.
Thank you.
Also seeing if our online judge has any questions at this time.
No questions from me, thank you.
Let's give them a round of applause. That was Union Island Secondary School. Just giving our judges some time to tabulate their scores. Well, we're getting into it. We're in the idea category right now. It's 5 down. We have 2 more to go. And while the judges are tabulating their scores, I would just like to thank all the sponsors and interest groups that have made this possible today. We'd like to big up all the media people in the house as well, covering this event and providing real-time updates on what is happening here. For those of you on the live, if you're not sure why you should share this and encourage people to share it as well, this is groundbreaking activities happening here in the Caribbean, let alone St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And I would just like everybody in this room to give this effort a round of applause. It's been going on for years, and to where we've reached here today, it is astounding, I must say. Okay, moving on. Our 6th group on the stage, the St. Vincent Grammar School. I'm looking, Jam Tech, J-A-M. Let's go. Jam Tech, next on stage.
Good morning. Good morning to everyone present. We are Jam Tech, third form students of the St. Vincent Grammar School. Group members are Jonathan Wood, Andre Cromner, and myself, Matthew Wilson. Have you ever hesitated to buy that new couch, vase, or table you wanted because you didn't know if it would fit or if it would complement the room?
The problem. Customers are usually uncertain when purchasing household items because of space limitations or current decor. Also, receiving a cash refund on purchased items that you want to return can sometimes be a hassle. Our solution is Augality. Augality is a do-it-yourself interior decorating app that utilizes augmented reality. It allows users to virtually place 3-dimensional versions of home products, from sofas to lamps to rugs and tables, just to name a few, in a room or space that the user can ensure that the item is the right size, design, and functionality for the room. Being able to see how an item fits in their space before purchasing Users will be more confident in their purchase and less likely to purchase products that do not meet their needs. Our target audience. Our app targets furniture retailer companies. With more people using their mobile devices to browse, shop, and perform other tasks, brick and mortar retailers need to find a way to capture some of these future consumers. We also target the general purchasing public who would want to test the product in the room before spending any money.
We had the opportunity to visit a number of our premium retail businesses in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We explained our idea to our representatives of the various businesses who gave us great feedback on the practicality of our app and indicated that they would be willing to partner with us and even possibly invest. One question that you might have is, why would a business want to invest in Augality? Augmented reality is a future of interior design. Things that were once impossible are now possible with this new immersive technology. Printed catalogs may become obsolete, making interior designing more intelligent, convenient, and lively. Companies in the United States have seen sales increase and profits have boomed because of the use of this technology. Based on this, companies in the St. Vincent and the Grenadines should want to utilize our app to increase the profitability of their business. Technology we utilize. As was mentioned before, Augality uses augmented reality to allow people to interact with their rooms. We will also use, however, a cloud server to host our app, end-to-end encryption to ensure that no data is stolen, and big data to improve operations, provide better customer service, and make higher profits. Now, this chart shows how many hours features of the app will take to develop. This totals 284 hours of work. Trained developers usually work at around $150 per hour. This totals $42,600 to professionally develop this app. However, to reduce the cost of app development, we will build the majority of the app in-house, as we are being trained to become professional app developers.
Besides the app development costs, there are some other associated costs with the implementation of this app. A cloud server will cost $2,000 if you use Linode. Advertisements will cost $1,000 if you do it online, while a 3D scanner will cost a minimum of at least $8,000. To be able to sustain the app, businesses will be charged a sign-up fee of $3,000, after which they will be charged monthly subscription fees of $1,000 to be able to add new items to our catalog. However, we will allow customers to use the app free of charge as an incentive, therefore creating a larger consumer base for business. We have outlined some of the pros and cons of Augality. It is easy to use with a simple and interactive design. It saves time and money by preventing you from purchasing things that you won't work for you. And you can measure the dimensions of most rooms in just seconds. However, it could be CPU and GPU intensive and requires an internet connection. What makes Augality unique? You may ask, what makes Augality unique? Augality is the first of its kind in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, allowing users to use a mobile device to overlay the real world with virtual elements before purchasing an item. Augality also serves as a one-stop shop for interior decoration needs by allowing users to choose from a wide catalog of products in a small app because of how easy it is for businesses to list their items on the app.
You might be wondering, how exactly will our app work? In the beginning, on the retailer's end, they will send us dimensions and a picture of the item. We will then create a 3D image to be added to the catalog. However, later on, after acquiring a 3D scanner, we will offer an optional service to the business to have a team take pictures of the items for upload into the catalog. For consumers, after sign-up, they will be able to access our 3D catalog of items and add them virtually to any room. If they choose to purchase the item, then they will be redirected to the business partner's website where they can complete the purchase. If, however, the business partner does not have a website, we will facilitate the payment by debit or credit card through the app and redirect the payment to the business partner. Here is a short demonstration of our app.
ever wanted to purchase a living room set, but weren't sure if it would fit? Or maybe you just wanted to add some new decor. Our Galaxy makes it easy. Just select the items from our catalog. See how it fits. Then purchase from any of our partner local suppliers. Interior home design made easy. Our Galaxy.
Welcome to a new future of interior designing in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
With our Galaxy, bringing your vision to reality.
We thank you for listening.
Click it again. We are open to any questions.
At this time now, we're going to invite our judges to question this group. Jam Tech.
Morning, guys. So one question. What is stopping Codes, ACE, or any of the others from simply ignoring your solution and developing the application themselves? What I should ask, why haven't they done it yet? What do you think is the reason why they haven't done it themselves?
So, what was it, last week? Last week we went to the commercial manager of Codes, right? And, well, basically, they won't use it until we have created it. Also because they won't know if it would actually work, because, it will take time, it will take patience to see if users will actually use the interface, well, the app. So I guess they won't want to take a risk like that. And then starting with us first, because we will do most of the payments, it will be easier for them, because then they won't have to spend any money if it fails, which I don't think it would.
So there's no cost to them for the initial development at all. They just choose to join you.
Unless they would be willing to invest in us, that would be the only cost.
You outlined essentially a subscription fee for the business. How did you come about that fee? And did you ask them if they would be okay with paying that fee? You did research?
So essentially how we came about with the prices, we contacted the commercial manager of Codes the same time last week, and we just kind of asked her for financial advice in terms of pricing and costs, and that's really how we planned out the cost of this entire thing.
We were also going to do a percentage, but then we realized that might scare some of the businesses, so we decided not to do that.
Are there any more questions at this time? Jamar.
Yeah, when you went around to Coates and Coates Singer and these other furniture places, right? When you gave them the idea sounds very good, but what did you give them as an incentive to fall for your idea? Like wholesomely fall for your idea?
So what we did is we outlined what our app really is, and the reason or incentive, I guess, is that once customers can feel comfortable or safe buying the item, then there's no actually well, actual consideration of whether or not, and also it gets rid of the returns because returns incur a cost for the business as well.
It also, wait, repeat the question, please. Yeah.
He was asking what's the incentive for me, a business owner,
Right.
to sign up for this app?
Also, it gives them a section in the market, the online market, because we know more people, this generation is using a lot of technology, internet and such forth. So it gives them a section in this market which is becoming huge. And it also gives them advertisement for their products when they use our app.
All right, thank you, judges. And let's give a big round of applause to the group called Jamtech. Well, competition is sticky this year. 6 down, 1 to go in the secondary idea category as our judges make their scores and tally them up, and our auditors prepare to receive them. After we finish the secondary idea category, we'll be moving on to the mobile application category. And then finally, not least, we'll be heading down to the open category where anything goes. Isn't that true? Anything goes. Sometimes judging these things can be not as straightforward as it seems, you know. A lot of things to take into consideration, right? Well, I got the thumbs up from my judges that we're good to go, and they have sent in their scores to the auditor, just making sure my auditor is good to go as well. Awesome. Got the thumbs up. Finally, but not least, St. Martin Secondary School will be coming on stage with a group called SS Multi. Give them a round of applause as they come to the stage.
Good morning.
Oh, go on, babes.
1 second. Yep, there you go. Go again, sorry.
Good morning.
Oh, go on, babes. Are you sexy babes 1, 2, 3?
Yes, are you swag still loading 1, 2, 3?
Yes.
I'm from Facebook to collect the items that I purchased.
Your number be again?
Why do you want to know that?
Where you live again?
That is not important.
A long time I watch you now.
Good morning, everyone. Today, we're going to present our idea, Protect Me. We are SS Multi. My name is Levon Derek. This is Martin Young and Olani Slack. What are the problems? With the high increase of unstructured systems developing such as BNC buy and sell, we have an increase in social problems that need to be addressed. According to our sources, 1, harassment. Persons are being pressured and intimidated when buying items, especially females, for their number and other private info. 2, deceit and scamming. Being sold the wrong item on arrival, persons may try to increase or decrease the price of the item because of the person's gender. 3, potential robbery or rape. You can possibly be robbed or raped because you do not know who the person is that you are meeting, so they may try to harm you. 4, ambiguous location. Persons asking to meet in a place that is not safe. Our solutions. Instead of our customers being there physically, we will have a designated location for the picking up or delivery of the item. The persons will consist of a police officer or security personnel to do the job. The volunteer police officers would also have the seller's or buyer's info and a picture of the item. There would be an opportunity for the volunteer to confirm with the buyer or seller of the item. Handing over to Martin Young.
All right. So this is the login preview of the app. Upon entering the app, you'll be asked to create an account. And when you create the account, you'll then be able to create a username and a password. Starting off with the customer's point of view on the app. After you've created your account, you will be able to pick either delivery or pickup. If delivery, you are the seller trying to deliver your goods. If pickup, you are the buyer trying to collect your goods. This is the buyer and seller info. After picking whether you are delivery or pickup, you'll be asked to enter in some information like your online name, first name and last name, the contact info, the name of the item, the condition of the item, a description of the item, a picture of the item, a cost of the item, and then they will have designated locations. These are locations like police stations or watchman locations where you can come and do the transaction. There will be, you asked to pick a volunteer policeman also to come and see the transaction through. This is the volunteer's point of view of the app. Once they've entered, they will come to this. Once you've hit submit, the notification will pop up as a request for pickup or delivery, as seen on the screen here. There will be completed pickups and completed delivery, so the volunteer can look back and see the requests that they have completed.
Information management. Our app will be lightweight and non-profit. We would have a small subscription fee for the use of the app for active sellers. This can also be funded by activist groups or Advocate for Women. This is because we are concerned about the safety of our people, especially females. We would have a two-step verification with the use of your email or cell phone. 4-bit encryption for the security of customer data. Regular monitor of server logs for malicious activities. Thank you for listening to our presentation. We welcome any questions.
At this time, we're going to invite comments from our judges. Do you have any questions?
Yes. My first question. Seeing that there's PissWiff that already has an online store, why wouldn't they just add the pickup solution that you mentioned and do the same thing since they already have a large customer base? What makes yours better, and why would I choose yours if theirs exists with majority the same features? What is the one thing about yours that you could say that is better?
Okay, to answer your question, rephrase the question. Resay the question for me, please.
seeing that there's something that already exists with similar features, what makes yours better than that?
Okay. The reason ours is different is because it's not only a delivery system, you have a policeman there with you to see through the transaction so nothing really illegal goes on and to keep the situation under lock.
And was there any research into finding out if the police, for instance, would allow such a thing to happen on their premises?
Yes, because
he wants to know if we contacted the police also. And he wants to know how we get this.
There has not really been any contact. We haven't really had any contact with the policemen for the information. But we would like to, and we're hoping for the cooperation of the policeman to help this because it's their civic duty to help and protect the people of the country.
Can I pay for my goods via the app?
No, you cannot pay on the app. The app is really there so you can contact a policeman to see, because most people may not be able to just go to a policeman or no policeman to go. It's really to have a policeman there so you could feel safe. Because when you're doing the transaction, that is when you'll be paying for your item. That is.
All right, okay. One question from me. Let's just say your app gets booming, it gets popular. How are you gonna assure your consumers that for each transaction they do, that there will be a police officer readily available? Notice I say readily available. How can you guarantee that to the consumer?
No, you not guarantee that, but when you are entering the information and asked to pick a policeman in the location of the drop-off or delivery, you'll be able to see if there are policemen available.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you.
Big round of applause for the final group in the secondary idea category. We are going to take a small break for refreshments, but here, you see everybody who is online right now and you might have an opinion. You're like, man, I really want to chime in on some of these ideas I've seen today. You can vote. So right now we are opening our Facebook voting and it will be open for 15 minutes as we take a break, so don't stick. Get your votes in now, and it will contribute to the final score to all the groups you've seen presenting here today. Now, if you guys are wondering online how people are going to win the prizes today, our judges have a task on hand today where they are looking at creativity in the ideas presented, the user experience in the ideas presented, and the solution development, meaning like technical feasibility and the quality of finishing in the solution that was presented. That's what our judges are looking at as well. The judges also have to quantify their use of technology. You know, cloud computing, does it facilitate payment on a mobile device? These simple things, artificial intelligence, all these various aspects that make up technology within all the ideas and things you see happening here on the stage. Sustainability. Does the app, does the idea, does it make sense? Is it sustainable? Will it last for a while, or is it just a niche idea that will only be around for a little while? The judges have to ascertain that as well. And you guys on Facebook, you're just out there to say whether you like it or you don't like it, right? Right? As we come off this break here, we're going to move into our mobile app category. And inside that mobile app category, we have retired our secondary idea judges for a little while. And we brought on some new judges, which I am going to introduce you to and let you know exactly who they are, right? Everybody online ready for that? Let me see everybody just put a little thumbs up, say, let's move, let's go.
Yes.
Remember, if you're taking any selfies, any pictures today, like my judges over here, make sure you tag the NTRC when you when you get it done, right? We always love to repost your content and put it up. So for all the students and persons, even people at home, and if you're watching it live and streaming it live, do that. Do that. Now, some people don't feel like, Kubi, why we gotta tag ourselves? Why we gotta put this up in? Because when Mr. Apollo Knights is out there lobbying for more funding to support these things, he can say, look online, look how much people have tagged and put this up. So if you want to see this competition get bigger and bigger, tag, and post. We might be in Victoria Park one of these days, right, with a crowd of like 2,000 people, and yeah, true. Let's move on to the mobile app category, which is a very, very fun category, all right? I'm going to introduce you to all the judges that are here, and I'm going to be starting off with Mr. Terry Clark. Mr. Terry Clark, if you can just raise a hand or just show everybody who you are. It's the first gentleman sitting down there. Mr. Terry Clark is a chartered accountant working at the St. Vincent Brewery and has over 9 years accounting experience in various roles. He is an avid entrepreneur, having managed various ventures in different industries. Also, Mr. Clark is a featured speaker at annual seminars on leadership and teamwork at the St. Vincent and Grenadines Community College, in addressing lecturers and students around the OECS about the importance of leadership skills, career paths, and teamwork. In April 2020, he co-founded St. Vincent's first ride-sharing app, Route, which was a major success. I have that on my phone, and used by many Vincentians who wish to travel using a modern app. He and a team of 2 worked since 2019 to bring this app to Vincentians and were able to launch despite the global pandemic of COVID-19. Mr. Clark and his team are even more enthusiastic about developing more apps so that Vincentians' lives can transform whilst having a first world experience like Uber, right? Let's give Mr. Terry Clark a round of applause. Welcome to the NTRC Grand Finale. Oh boy, moving on. These judges. Mr. Oh my goodness. Odeon Hillocks. I did it right? Yes. Don't beat me after. All right, Mr. Odeon Mark Hillix. See, I know he has Mark. You understand? Mr. Odeon Mark Hillix is a strong believer in regionalism and a proud product of our regional institution, the University of the West Indies, Cave Hill campus. He graduated from the university in the year of 2018 with a double major in computer science and accounting, holding a first-class honors degree, and is now concluding a master's in data science with the UWI St. Augustine campus. Let's give Mark, as we fondly know him, a big round of applause. Moving on to our next judge, Mr. Haj Baker. Hands up in the air. Haj Baker is a system administrator and developer with about 10 years experience at the Inland Revenue Department. He obtained a bachelor's honors in computer science from the University of Hertfordshire. Did I butcher it or did I do it well? All right then. Prior to this, he attended both the St. Vincent Grammar School and the St. Vincent Community College and has a profound love for coding. He is very proficient in Java and Borland C++. Haj is also the other half of the Bro Grammars Incorporated. I like that name. Bro Grammars Incorporated, who placed third in the then I-squared competition hosted by the NTRC in 2017. I was there. That's true. Welcome back, Haj. Welcome back, my brother. Welcome back. Let's give Haj a round of applause. A product of this institution has done a wonderful job. Y'all ain't had no kind of life in here. I say round of applause. Yeah, I'm watching you. Yes, everybody. They give everybody, all the judges, a round of applause. Is it? That's better. Come now. Finally, but not least, we have another virtual judge, and our next virtual judge is Michelle Garcia, and she is currently the communications specialist at the St. Vincent Telecommunications Union, at the Caribbean Telecommunications Union, a position she has held since January 2017. Ms. Garcia is charged with the mandate to provide effective communications and business development support for the CTU Secretariat, where she continues to increase public awareness of the CTU both regionally and internationally. Hi, now that's you. Give a good wave to everybody here on the live, and they can see you there as well. Ms. Michelle Garcia. She has proven experience in the field of corporate communications, public relations, and international relations, primarily in the area of international organizations. Prior to joining the CTU, Ms. Garcia led the communications unit at the Association of the Caribbean States, where she worked closely with key government and ministry counterparts, embassies, international organizations, as well as media personnel on a regional and global scale. She holds a bachelor's degree in communications and studies in Spanish, and a master's of science in international affairs, and recently, completed a law degree. Let's give our online judge, Ms. Michelle Garcia, a round of applause. All right. Sounding good. These are our judges as we move into the mobile app category. And in that mobile app category, the person who wins this is walking away with $5,000 and laptops for each team member. That is an amazing prize. Let's give the NTRC a round of applause for that offering. That is amazing. And don't think nothing else happens if you come second or third. In the second place, they will be receiving $3,000, and in third place, $2,000. All right. You can always visit www.ntrc.vc for more information. If you have a family member or somebody at home and you're saying, why is my kid not involved in this? Go on the website and look it up. And you can look at the previous years and figure out how you can get involved in the future as this competition evolves. Now, we will have 5 teams presenting in the mobile app category. And they will be hailing from 4 different schools, which is the Kanawan Secondary School. Kanawan in the house, I'm telling you. St. Vincent Grammar School. St. Vincent Grammar School ain't in the house either? All right. The Piti Bedell Secondary School. All right. More life than that, Piti Bedell. Come on. That's where my mom's from. And finally, oh, what are you saying? It's just 3. I saw wrong. I thought it was another Grenadine school, but it's Kanawan Secondary School. Again, well, Kanawan is representing today. All right. I like it. So let's get this moving and get our first group up on the stage to present to our wonderful judges, which is a group from the Kanawan Secondary School called For the Future, FTF. Please take the time right now to follow NTRC SVG on Facebook and Instagram, and also their YouTube account. We are streaming live on YouTube, and we are also streaming live on Facebook. Please suggest it to your friends. This is Caribbean excellence at its best, I must say. Let's spread excellence and continue this trend. Follow, and make sure you put on post notifications to keep up to date on all activities born by the NTRC. We're just taking a brief technical pause here while our first group just goes through some minor orientation on what is expected here today in this competition.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Kimani Kari, and these are my teammates, Jovel Pear, Shara Snag, and Terry Ambino, and our group name is called FTF for the Future. Classify is an online educational platform where students receive teaching and tutoring services.
Have you ever been in a situation where you're in need of tutoring services but aren't sure where to go? My team and I decided to create this app because certain subjects are not offered at some schools throughout St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
The aim of our app is to meet the needs of students by sourcing qualified teachers or tutors and to also provide a local learning hub.
Our app mainly targets students, dropouts, the general public, current teachers, as well as retired teachers.
In order to sign up as a teacher on Classify, you must provide a picture of your identification card, police record, and qualifications.
Features of the apps will include secure login, networking, online payments, chats, user-friendliness, and a schedule.
Although Classify resembles platforms such as Make IT Simple TT, Jaguar Academy, and Student Hub, My team and I will continue to alter and tailor aspects of the app in order to meet the needs of our users.
Blackboard, Collaborate, and Go Classrooms would be tools that Classify would use to carry out classes.
Our app would make money by taking a certain percentage of tutors' income, in-app advertisement, and e-book subscription.
Interviews were conducted with Mr. Rafiq Jackson, a teacher at the Intermediate High School, Ms. Nayoka Peters, a teacher at Bishop's College, Kingston, and Ms. Batina Sandy, retired teacher and past principal at the Canaan Government School.
We will now show you how our app works.
One major thing we forgot. When asked whether or not our app will benefit society, Mr. Jackson and Ms. Batina Sandy stated that they believe that our app will benefit society as long as it is used for its intended purpose.
We will now show you how our app works.
Terry-Ann, you remember the other day we were talking about the app Classify?
Yeah, I downloaded it and using it for like 3 weeks now.
Well, I downloaded it too, but I don't know how to use it. Can you please show me?
Sure. This is the page where you will get started. Here you will enter your name, email address, password, then confirm your password. After doing so, you will choose whether you are signing up as a student or a teacher. In her case, we'll be signing up as a student. After clicking sign up, you will then be directed to the page where you will choose the subjects in which you wish to learn. What subjects would you choose today?
Information technology, mathematics, and biology.
After saving the subjects, you will then be directed to the user's dashboard. Here you will see the teachers which teach the subjects you have chosen, as well as students who study these subjects.
So what would happen if I press this?
You will then be directed to the teacher's profile. Here you can see the days and times which they are available for, as well as the prices for their sessions. You can click Join Session to add these to your cart. Our search bar, you can search for specific teachers or students that you might have met in previous sessions. This will be your timetable. Here you can see the dates and times for your sessions. In our chat, you can have one-on-one discussions with teachers or students you might have met before. In our chat, there will be the sessions which you have added and the total cost of those sessions. Upon pressing checkout, you will then be required to enter your credit card information. See now, Shara, after pressing pay, you're well on your way to learning. Get Classify for
an improved
experienced learning and teaching experience.
All right, well, now we're going to welcome our judges to question our first group in the mobile app category.
Hello, good morning. I only have one question. How is the information stored? Is it you're using your own server or would it be cloud-based?
It will be done by cloud-based.
Okay, thanks.
Hey guys, good morning. Love the presentation. I only have one question. I know you mentioned Make IT Simple TT. That's a page on YouTube, right?
It is also a website and an application.
Correct. Now, my question is just how you guys plan on competing with that, because I know about Make IT Simple TT. I refer to it all the time, especially on YouTube. It's actually free content. How do you guys plan on like competing with that?
Our app provides local learning, and we will also be tailoring aspects of our app to better it.
All right, no problem.
All right, so just to clarify, you asked for a police record. Who would that be for exactly?
The panel of vetting officers to check the background of our teachers.
Now, I also noted you're using Blackboard Collaborate along with Google Classroom. Can I ask the purpose of the Blackboard Collaborate first?
For a subject like maths, not everyone can learn maths online. So some children need explanation and to like explain it on the board. So we will provide that for online because some children learn faster than some.
So then my question to you would be, why Blackboard Collaborate as opposed to the Google Meet, which is already with the classroom?
Can you please repeat the question?
So you're implementing your solution using Google Classroom and Blackboard Collaborate. There is a similar tool with the Google Classroom called Google Meet, right? Google Meet, sorry. And I'm asking you, why did you choose to implement or add on Collaborate while there's already Google Meet within the classroom?
The interviews that we conducted, teachers suggest Blackboard Collaborate.
Okay. I don't know if, okay, just one question. Could I be a teacher, or what's the criteria?
You can be a teacher once you have completed the vetting processes and have accepted.
So do I need to have like qualifications or?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Thanks.
Also asking Ms. Michelle Garcia if there's any questions from you as an online judge.
Yes, I have two questions. Congratulations to the team with app. However, I need to know what makes your app stand out. Also, what would motivate users to pay to use your app, considering since the pandemic, the market is inundated with online teaching apps. So why would someone be motivated to pay for yours? Sure. I'll repeat both questions. What makes your app stand out? And also, what would motivate users to pay for your app? Seeing that the market is inundated with mobile apps since the pandemic, why would someone pay to use your app when there are free applications out there?
Please be considerate to time when responding to judges' questions.
What makes our app stands out is that we alter and tailor the need of the users.
And this app could have multiple teachers teaching the same subject, but you can choose the teacher of your taste. And that's one of the reasons why we think people will buy into our app.
Okay, well, thank you. And that was the first group from the Canyon Secondary School for the future. Moving on, first group of 5. We head down now to the St. Vincent Grammar School. And this group is called, this group is called the SVG Tech Innovations. Welcome them to the stage. Okay. We are waiting for our judges to just tabulate their scores. I have confirmation from my auditor that everything is cool and the points have been submitted. We can now move on to our second presentation, which is already on stage. SVGS Tech Solutions. Innovation, sorry.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is SVGS Tech Innovations presenting Breadbasket. Breadbasket is an app that allows anyone and aims to aid farmers, fishers, merchants, and civilians in the buying and selling of agricultural produce and fish. The consumption of the healthy foods produced in these industries has often been linked to the good health and longevity of our foreparents. Yet, the nation's food import bill continues to be particularly excessive, accounting for millions of dollars each year. So, In an attempt to reduce the import bill and the ever-increasing cases of high cholesterol, hypertension, and diabetes, the Ministry of Agriculture has been advocating the reduction of food importation and the promotion of the consumption of healthy local foods. This app aims to create a platform to facilitate the buying and selling of these healthy local foods by creating links between buyers and sellers, around the island while supporting local farmers,
Cost. The overall cost of the app may be anywhere from $10,000 to $60,000. 60% will be allotted to the app development. 15% will be for the project management. Another 15% will be for the app design. And finally, 10% will be allotted to business analytics.
Sign up.
Firstly, the user enters their name and location, then sign up with Gmail account and phone, then choose a user role, buyer, seller, or merchant. Sellers and merchants are required to show proper certification, for example, Farmer's ID and Fisher Folks ID. Users are encouraged to enter their location, and they can at any time change it. After this initial setup, users can begin interacting with the platform.
This is our sign-up, login, and our user role selection page. After choosing the user role, sellers and merchants will then be taken to the certification page where they will insert a screenshot of the relevant information from the certificates. When a merchant opens the application after the initial setup, they will see this page. There are two buttons, seller and buyer respectively, and pressing either will bring you to the respective pages.
Seller interface. The My Market function will allow a seller to their sales history. That is, who bought what agricultural product, at what price, and on what day it was sold. The add function will allow a seller to add their agricultural produce or fish to the in-app marketplace. The reviews function will allow a seller to see what others think of their product. This information can be used to find ways to improve their products. The message feature will allow buyers to communicate with sellers to negotiate prices that may be undisclosed.
The buyer's interface. When the buyer logs in, this is the page that they will see. By clicking on a seller's agricultural product, they are taken to the page shown above. This will give the information about the seller, such as their reviews, certification, and also the ability to message them. The certification page will appear after pressing the button. It will show a copy of important information from the farmer's ID or Fisher Folks ID, blurring sensitive information. The reviews function will act as a guide to buyers to see the quality of agricultural produce that is sold by a specific person. They may also add their own reviews or report the seller. By clicking on the cash button beside a seller's produce twice, a pop-up appears asking for payment information. Your data is not saved, as that may be seen as a data security hazard. Using GPS software, users may be able to search for a specific person or locate users within a town or village. The My Purchases function will allow a buyer to see what agricultural produce was bought at what price and on what day it was bought. We will now show you our app. So first of all, you sign up. You can use Google or Facebook, or you can just put in your domain, well, the email address, the first name, last name, location, and the phone number. Then you will be taken to the seller, buyer, or merchant selection page. So for now, we're going to be a seller. Here we have all the things that we have mentioned before. The add function will appear like this, and you will put in the type, fish or fruit or veg, which would aid in searching. You put in the fair weight and the price, or you can leave it undisclosed for further negotiation in messages. The My Market function, as said before, will show what produce was bought on what date, at what price, and the reviews will show what others think of your product. Thank you. This was the SVGS Tech Innovations breadbasket.
As they conclude their presentation now, we invite our judges to question the group on breadbasket. Yeah. Just go ahead.
Hey guys, good morning. Just one quick question. How do you guys plan on verifying, let's say, my farmer's ID or my fisher folks ID?
To partner with the Ministry of Agriculture so that we could have a better system to see whether or not they have.
So we're going to partner with the Ministry of Agriculture to help us verify whether or not it's correct or not. Valid or not, sorry.
All right, guys.
All right, moving on to our next judge, Mark.
Do you foresee any bottlenecks in a number of users accessing the platform at the same time?
Explain what is meant by bottleneck.
Okay, so any restrictions that would prevent the app from working as it should for a user. So, for example, how do you, or does it cater for, let me say, about 500 persons accessing the app at the same time and possibly going to the same marketplace, the same farmer? Is there anything that would prevent each of those users from getting the same user experience?
There shouldn't be, but problems may arise, but we will try to fix it if any do.
So there shouldn't be, but if problems arise, we would try and fix it.
So then that brings me to the question about updates and maintenance of the app. How is that done exactly?
We would outsource it to a third party.
All right, at this time, if there's no more further questions from our local judge, our online judge, Ms. Garcia, do you have any questions for the group?
No questions at this time.
Mark, one more question from you.
Just going back to the profitability of the system. Just want to get a clear understanding of how you as the developers would be making the profit. So I understand the sellers, I understand the buyers, but you.
So for downloading the app, there would be a small $2 fee, as we want to, although we want to help our local farmers, we also have to make money for the maintenance. So there would be also a small commission fee off of the produce sold on the app.
So just to confirm, it's 2 charges, to download and for each transaction.
Yes, please, but it's a 5% commission.
Our judges, we have folded on questions. We're good? Awesome. Let's give them a round of applause. Our second group on here from the St. Vincent Grammar School, SVGS Tech Innovations. We're going to allow our judges to tabulate their scores and send them in to our auditors as we prepare for the next group to come up on stage, which is the third group. Hailing all the way from the Leeward side, if there's any Leeward people in the building, Petit Bedell Secondary School will now be coming up on stage with a group called DJ Literally, yeah? As they get set up and work with our technical team here for their presentation, just reminded after each presentation, our judges take some time to put the scores together and send them into our auditors, yeah? To re-familiarize yourself, we have Michelle Garcia online as a judge. We also have Mark Helix as a judge here on the panel in the blue shirt, starting from our left. We have Terry Clark as a judge on our panel as well in the white shirt. And then we have Haj Baker in the center as a judge as they go through and look after the various categories I would have sensitized you on earlier today in this competition. It's quite a difficult job these gentlemen and ladies have. A lot is up to grabs, and the ideas are fantastic. My auditor has confirmed that the judges' scores are in for the previous group. So now we are moving on. Let's give them a round of applause. The Petit Bedell Secondary School, DJ Literally.
Good morning, judges and audience. My name is Jada Williams, and this is my partner, Devanjan.
We are DJ Literally from the Petit Border Secondary School, introducing to you again, Caretaker Part 2.
The supporting details.
Assured income, assured returns,
Quality work, qualified workers.
double income, time off.
The supporting details part 2.
$35,000 implementation.
Time frame, 1 year max. 5 months ideally.
UX design goodness.
Benefits, show income.
Once you use caretaker, the employee is assured income from credible payment methods. If there happens to be a problem, caretaker staff will do their best to rectify it. On the flip side, if the employer's work isn't done efficiently, some monetary compensation would be awarded. Being able to find qualified workers to perform specific tasks
Can be encouragement for citizens to get certified in some way or the other. User interface and experience. Quality designs and interaction making caretaker feel like if it's taking care of you.
double income. Work to caretaker and work your regular job. Improve your quality of life. Thank you.
Have some coffee. It's going to be a long one. Now, we are going to show you how our app works.
This is our app's login page. You can either sign in or create an account. You can sign in either using Google or your email and password. sign in.
Now, this is our home screen of caretaker. This is the daily categories. We have dog walk, chef, PTI, landscaper, and mechanic. Therefore, now we're going to head into chef.
This is Tristan Phillips and his bio. As you can see, Tristan Phillips is a citizen of St. Vincent with a love for culinary arts. Having studied at the Kingston Technical Institute and SVGCC, DTVE, he also now works abroad for some of the best dining venues.
You could go ahead by long pressing on his information, and you could see some videos and pictures of him showcasing his talent to his fans.
Double tap to pause the video. Here's some of his desserts. After searching through his videos, you can hit on Hire Me. Then exit to the home page.
And up at the top, you can also see a receipt. You want to go ahead and click on it.
Now, in the receipt, you can see a calendar which you can show. You can see how many days you want Tristan to cook for you. So you want it for the whole month. Then confirm. After confirming, you go to the location and type in the street you want. And the description of your building. After doing that, you can click on Hire. Now this is showing you where you can put in your card information and CVC. After confirming hiring Tristan Phillips, there will be a loading screen. After this, it will tell you that the hire is successful. Then after waiting a while, it will carry you straight to the home page. Thank you for listening, audience. This is our app, Caretaker.
Another great idea in the NTRC iCode competition. We're now going to invite questions from our judges for this group here, DJ Literally. Let's start with our online judge, Ms. Garcia. Do you have any questions for this group?
Yes, I do. You mentioned that compensation, monetary compensation, will be awarded to persons who are not satisfied with the service on the app. How do you intend to do that? Let me even backtrack. How do you intend to make money from the app? Because if you intend to award compensation for bad service provided, that being how it affects your potential to generate or to make a profit from your app, not so? Can you clarify that for me, please? Oh, it's a paid app. Okay, persons will have to pay for the app. Understood. So the monetary compensation, would it be what, 100% compensation if someone is not satisfied? And what if the cost of the service is more than the subscriptions, the money generated from subscriptions? How do you intend to do this?
Can you repeat?
Okay, you mentioned you intend to generate income from the app through subscriptions, right? Let's say 5 persons, 10 persons use your app. If yet someone is not satisfied with the service provided on the app, you mentioned that monetary compensation will be awarded. First, let me ask, who will award this monetary compensation? And if it's you, if the service is for, let's say, $15,000-$20,000, how do you intend to award monetary compensation if you don't earn that much from the app? You understand where I'm coming from?
Yes. They can be refunded by us.
Could you repeat that a bit clearer for the judge, please, sir?
They can be refunded by us.
And our auditors have completed that task. Thank you, judges, for submitting your scores. I appreciate that. For everybody who's watching this online and for people who are in the room, as the group come to the stage, we always look for that beep, We don't hear that beep. We cannot move forward. So without no further ado, let's welcome our group from the St. Vincent Grammar School, ready to present to us the After School Boys.
Good morning to everyone present. Hello, my name is Matthew Wilson, and this is my teammate, Andrew Kwamina. The issue. Extracurricular activities are important to students' education and development. At the moment, finding tutors and trainers for extracurricular activities can be frustrating and sometimes impossible. Here we have an example of someone looking for summer programs this year and the response that they have received. How do we solve this problem? Our solution. We intend to solve this problem by providing a one-stop shop for all things extracurricular. Extracurricular is a non-profit app that allows users to find and advertise extracurricular activities in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Under extracurricular, you can find tutors for areas such as academics, sports, arts, martial arts, music and dance, and also for summer programs. Target audience. Our app targets students, parents and guardians, tutors, trainers, the Ministry of Education, and the general public. Technology we utilize. We will utilize a cloud server to store media and text posted by users, AI-based recommendations based on previous preferences, end-to-end encryption to prevent theft of data, big data to improve efficiency of operations.
Sustainability. While registration on the app will be free of charge, we intend to maintain the longevity of the app by charging a percentage fee on each transaction. We will also offer space for advertising to businesses, etc. Public endorsement. Here are some examples of public endorsement for the app. We have teachers, students, an environmental organization, a private businessman, and even Ms. Hunt King, an educational officer of the Ministry of Education. Cost incurred. Here's a chart of the cost incurred by this app. This app will incur a total cost of $6,800, comprising multiple factors, such as an online server, advertisement, maintenance, and startup. We will now be moving on to the pros and cons of our app. This app proves easy to use with a simple and interactive design, and makes finding tutors for extracurricular activities much easier and more efficient. However, this app does require an internet connection. Here's a demonstration of our app.
Can we move on to our app, please? And here we have the login screen, where you can log in, or if you do not have an account, you can create one. Here on the sign-up screen, you can select to be a student. You can enter your full name, email, phone number, and password, and to select to be a student or tutor, and then you can sign up. On the home page, you can find your courses. You can find your courses, and you can also find categories of courses. Moving on to the next slide. Here you can find new courses that you would wish to get enrolling, such as academics, sports, arts and crafts, and martial arts. And if we were to go to academics, for example, we can find physics, Spanish, maths, chemistry, biology, English B, and many more. And if we were to go on to select biology, we can find tutors and their ratings. And now if we were to select Mitchell Wayne, we can see her teacher description and her teacher rating, and we can also contact the teacher and purchase her course. Here we have our classrooms tab, where you can see the classrooms of classes that you're currently enrolled in. For example, if we were to click on our biology class, we can see our stream where you can chat and also upload files. There's also an assignment tab for due assignments. Here we have our profile. This will include basic information such as your email, full name, password, phone number, and gender. You can also change your password from here. It will also show statistics for most active courses. And if we were to go back to the home screen, we can see under the teacher, Jane Martin, we have her classroom and a chat. This would be a quick link to the classroom. We can also go to the chat place, where we can have our teachers, and if we were to click on Jane Martin, we can directly chat to her. That is our app. Thank you for listening.
We'll now be open to any questions from the judges.
Thank you. We're inviting our judges to engage our, not last, we have just one more group to go, but engage the after-school boys on some questions.
Hi, gentlemen. I only have one question. How are you vetting persons who are signing up on the app? For instance, how do you know I'm a fitness trainer, or I provide landscaping services? How do you vet? Teaching services, sorry.
So, upon tutor sign up, we will ask you for the subject or subjects that you teach and any proof or things for validation that we could use to help register the teacher on the app.
Okay, thanks.
Hey guys, good afternoon. Just a question, because I don't know if I missed it, but in terms of payment, how is it done in terms of like, how is the tutor being paid? Does the student pay, I don't know, per class? Is it something monthly? I don't know.
So once the students have made the payment to the tutor through the app, of course, we intend to take a small percentage of each transaction. And yeah, each transaction that they make, whether monthly or whatever schedule that you have arranged with that teacher.
Does our online judge have any questions at this time?
I have no questions at this time.
Fantastic. Well, as our judges tabulate their score and send it on to our auditor, we are going to ask our final group to come and get ready. The Canawan Secondary School returns back to the competition with a group called the Software Explorers. Thank you, gentlemen, for your presentation. Our judges are taking time to look at a number of categories in creativity, user experience, solution development, technology, sustainability. And after all this is done, you too, watching us live, have a chance to cast your Facebook vote. That's right. All the people online, especially the parents here in the audience, click that link. Do what you got to do. This competition would not be made possible wouldn't be possible if not by our sponsors and all those who come together to make this be, not to mention all, but just a few, like Flow and Digicel, Extreme FM, the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Broadcasting Group, SVGBC. Also got to thank Eyewitness News, Hot 97, Tusty Water, the News newspaper. So many groups inside here. Boom, Asbert News Network, WeFM, Young Island. My goodness, a lot of sponsors. I will get down to the rest of them. It shows you how our corporate sector is engaged in helping events like these come off. ECGC as well, King's Computers, the Internet Society of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. To mention also Sport Locker Plus. If you have not been, I encourage you to find out what that is. If you don't know what it is, find out, right? For Imprint, also Building a Loan Association. My auditor is telling me that the judges have sent in their scores. Thank you so much. And we're ready to see our final group in the mobile app category. Let's welcome them to the stage, the Software Explorers.
Good morning, judges and spectators. My name is Cheyenne King, and these are my teammates, Delisa King and Kiara Antwine, and we are Software Explorers. In the Grenadines, we do not have access to a physical bookstore. Therefore, we have to travel to mainland St. Vincent to utilize this type of service, which can affect us financially. This is why my team and I saw it fit to develop Grenadines Books. We are mainly targeting the residents of the Grenadines, but people on mainland can also utilize the app. We are also targeting bookstores.
Features on our app. Some of the features on our app are secure login, mobile payments, cloud storage, and tracking. Future innovations. In the future, we are planning to include an ebook feature on our app where teachers can pay a fee to access an online electronic copy of the textbooks.
We are using React Native for the development of the app, Stripe is for processing payments, and Superbase for database, API, and storage.
Projected sales. This is an example of a month projection of sales and expenses. It shows the books being sold in bulk. Gaines Bookstore sold 130 books with the total cost of $8,095. The 25% fee for Grenadines Books is $2,023.75, while TCCU Bookstore sold 157 books with a total cost of $8,070. The 25% fee for Grenadines Books is $2,017.50. Furthermore, the total profit for Grenadines Books before expenses is $4,041.25. The total profit after expenses is $3,073.75.
Interview. These are the persons we interviewed from the bookstore. From Games Bookstore, we interviewed Mr. Dennis Games and Ms. Kayesha Pear, and from Teachers Credit Union Bookstore, we interviewed Mr. Ezekiel Richards. The app was well received by the bookstores that we interviewed. They took keen interest in our app and stated that they would be very much interested in utilizing our app to help supply persons in the Grenadines with books. Here we will now have a demonstration of the prototype, how our app will work. When the app is open, the splash screen is shown. Then you'll have the option to either log in or sign up. Login is if you already have an account, and sign up is to create an account. Here the user logged into their account. The app will take you to the dashboard where you see the different options of bookstore to purchase from. When you see the bookstore that you would like to purchase from, you would click View Bookstore, where it would show you the variety of books and the amount for it. Here, the user is buying an IT textbook for CSEC, and an agriculture science for CSEC. Add to cart. In cart, you would see the books that you added and the total cost for each. When ready to check out, you would click checkout, where it would take you to put in your credit card information and shipping address. After the payment has gone through successfully, you will return to dashboard where you receive a notification in orders stating your order number, delivery status, which will say pending, and the amount you paid for the book. The user's book is well on their way to being received. This being said, we are confident that this app will alleviate most of the problems parents and students face in the Grenadines today as it relates to acquiring books. Grenadines Books, providing a wider education for the Grenadines. I thank you.
All right. Our final group here, the Software Explorers. Now we are welcoming our judge to question this group with any questions that you have.
Hi guys, great presentation.
Thank you.
My only question is, I realize the app crashed there. So how is the maintenance of the app? Would it be in-house, or would you outsource the maintenance of the app?
We would outsource the maintenance of the app.
Okay, thanks.
Any of our other local judges have questions? Haj, Mark? Ms. Garcia?
Yes, I have a question. You mentioned that the book will be shipped. The persons who purchase books online, it will be shipped to their address. Would that book be available online as well? Downloadable e-book version of the same book? No. And I have another question. What if someone purchases a book, that person may be inclined to photocopy that book, share copies of that book with other persons, which may affect the number of persons registering or using your app to purchase books. Have you foreseen any problems in that area? And if so, how do you intend to deal with it?
Excuse me, can you repeat the question, please?
Okay, the question is, someone may purchase a book from your store, your online store, and that book, that person may make copies of that book and share with other persons. In that way, persons may not be inclined to use your service, rather rely on someone else for a copy of that book. How do you intend to treat with or deal with a situation like that if it occurs? Because that would affect the number of persons using your app.
Persons will not be allowed to photocopy the books because it will automatically notify us that they are going, like they will be photocopying the book.
All right, thank you very much. I must say, I think this is an excellent idea. Great presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We are now going to give our judges time to tabulate their scores and send them off to our auditors. And this is the part that y'all like on the live. It's your time to vote. Your time to take part in the Facebook voting. So if you want to vote, go on our Facebook page at NTRC SVG and start to do the most, right? Get your friends and families and everybody throwing in those votes as they are. Please don't forget to follow the NTRC SVG on Facebook and Instagram. We also have a YouTube account that y'all can use and keep up to date on everything happening at the NTRC, like wonderful events as this one. We're going to take a brief lunch break. Voting is open for 15 minutes. 15. You have 15 minutes to get all your cousins and friends voting. Right? Judges, we're good to go? Just wait for our auditor to give me the signal that all the votes are in. And when that is done, we are going to take a brief break for lunch. I'm not sure if the live will end and start again. But if it does, you'll find us back here. If not, keep it locked on here as we do our thing inside the NTRC 2022 Grand Finale. Today, you're going to see people in the under 35 category, in the open category, the app category, which you just saw. Also, the secondary category, which we saw earlier on with ideas. This competition today is made possible and sponsored by the NTRC Aspirate News Network, Digicel, ECGC, Sport Locker Plus, King Computer, Internet Safety Society of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Tussie Water, WeFM, Extreme FM, also MAVCOM, the SVG Broadcasting Corporation, The News, Right Stuff, Boom FM 106.9, Hot 97, also Eyewitness News, Flow, Imprint. And let me make sure I read this one, Radio Grenadines. I could forget Radio Grenadines. Big up Stanton and the whole crew. Yes? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the NTRC iCode competition. We're going to take a brief intermission and break. Thank you for joining us live. And for persons in the house, we have refreshments outside. You can make yourself comfortable and take advantage of those, right? As we break for approximately, let me tell you right now. What are you saying? We'll give this like about 1 hour. Oh, we're starting back at 1 o'clock. See you at 1.
MAVCOM continues to lead the way in digital transformation. We supply the leading brands of computers, laptops, tablets, and accessories. We offer printing solutions from some of the world's top brands, including Lexmark and Brother. And you don't have to worry about the warranty. We are the local warranty center. Businesses in the know understand the importance of network security. MAVCOM offers you a range of options from selected brands, Cisco, Aruba, Fortinet, and more. And we're not just a supplier. We repair all major items sold. Whether you're a homeowner, private business, or government department, we have the ideal IT solution for you. And that's why we're the best of SVG. Give us a call at 432-TECH, that's 432-8324. Or visit us in Arnesville, diagonally opposite Randy Supermarket. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. MAVCOM, technology done right.
On Tuesday, June 1st, 2021, 3 fishermen set out to sea on what was ordinarily a regular fishing day. However, they did not return to land until 11 days later because they did not have any communication device on the vessel when it went adrift. If you are a fisherman, a boat owner, or seafarer, having in your possession a marine radio, preferably a VHF DSC radio, can save your life. Knowing how to use it correctly can be the difference between life and death for you and your crew. VHF DSC radios can communicate up to 35 miles from land, as well as directly with other vessels or ships in its vicinity. In comparison, cell phones can only communicate up to 20 miles from a cell tower, but cannot communicate directly with vessels or ships that might be in your vicinity. VHF DSC radios are GPS configured, which is critical in a disaster situation at sea. VHF DSC radios allow for both analog and digital communication. The analog option allows for voice communication on channels such as the emergency channel 16, while the digital option allows for instant sending of a digital signal by the press of an emergency button that includes the GPS coordinates and the name of the vessel in distress. The Coast Guard and other vessels in the vicinity can use this information to locate the distressed vessel in a timely manner. The distress signal will be sent every 3.5 to 4.5 minutes until it is received or acknowledged by the Coast Guard or another vessel. VHF DSC radios are the best for marine communication as they are waterproof, can float, and glow in the dark for easy location in the sea. VHF DSC handheld radios are available for sale at the NTRC at a subsidized cost of $400 EC.
The National Telecommunications Regulatory Commission was established in 2000.
Your favorite radio station is live on two frequencies, 104.3 and 88.5. Nationwide coverage from SVG's #1 radio station, X104.3 FM. We stay on top. Top.
SVG, are you ready for the NTRC's 2022 iCode784 competition grand finale? Who will come out victorious? Teams will meet the judges at the Methodist Church Hall, Kingstown, to compete for cash prizes of $25,000, laptops, and the trip to Barcelona, Spain in March 2023 to attend the 4YFN startup event. Come on out, support, and vote for your favorite team, or follow it live on the NTRC's YouTube and Facebook pages at NTRC SVG. It's the NTRC's 2022 iCode784 competition grand finale. Dream, code, innovate.